Good evening. This is Gay Spirit, a program of information and entertainment for the lesbian and gay community of the greater Hartford area. After all she's been through in the course of the story she dramatizes on stage, Hedwig remains confident and has achieved personal wholeness when she sings the last number in the show Midnight Radio. I guess she's also expressing the importance of radio, alternative radio, playing alternative rock music into the wee small hours. Midnight Radio is the last track on the original cast in The Angry Inch, the shocker of an off-Broadway musical that was first produced at the Jane Street Theater in Manhattan in 1998. John Cameron Mitchell created the role of Hedwig Schmidt, the East German transsexual and punk rocker who is struggling for artistic recognition in America. Mitchell wrote the stage play and song lyrics. Stephen Trask, who originally comes from New London, Connecticut, wrote all the music. The cast album CD was released through Atlantic Records. There is also a soundtrack CD for the movie that was made of Hedwig and the Angry Inch. The tracks on the soundtrack CD are all essentially the same as in the cast album CD, but in slightly different arrangements and with different musical personnel. Playing electric guitar on the soundtrack CD is Bob Mould, longtime indie label rocker who finally came out as a gay man a couple of years ago. The motion picture CD was released in 2001 through Hybrid Records. You've heard tracks from both CD versions of Hedwig and the Angry Inch here on Gay Spirit, America's longest continuously running radio program specifically devoted to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender issues, now working on its 23rd year of uninterrupted week-by-week broadcast here over listener-supported WWUH. With us as Gay Spirit's companion program for 18 years and more is This Way Out, America's internationally transmitted lesbian and gay radio magazine. This Way Out goes out to upwards of 135 radio stations in 8 countries and is diffused worldwide on the shortwave radio band. WWUH was on the original list of subscribers when This Way Out premiered back in April of 1988. Ever since that time, there has been a full hour of gay programming on Thursday evenings here over 91.3 FM. First comes the latest half-hour package of This Way Out, aired in tape cassette format from 8 p.m. to 8:30, followed immediately by another 30 minutes of locally produced and live-on-air Gay Spirit, bringing you up to 9 o'clock. The two gay shows are but a tiny part of the full spectrum of alternative radio programming this station offers you round the clock every single day of the year. To access all of this audio abundance at any hour of the day or night, at any location on the planet in real-time audio, check out our station's website at http://wwuh.org. Hedwig and the Angry Inch as a stage show was recently revived at the Pittsburgh City Theater. That show has now come to Hartford Stage Company and opens this coming Saturday night, August 2nd, and runs through August 17th. Starring as Hedwig is openly gay singing actor Anthony Rapp, who made a name for himself in creating the role of Mark Cohen, the narrator in the award-winning Broadway musical Rent. Anthony Rapp and his backup band sang selections from Hedwig and the Angry Inch and from his solo CD, Look Around, last Thursday night, the 24th, at Pearl Street in Northampton. That gig was done without the outrageous glam rock, punk rocker drag outfits and wigs to be seen in the actual stage performance. The publicity photo of Anthony Rapp in full drag as Hedwig made it to the cover of this week's Hartford Current Calendar magazine of entertainment. And he made an appearance Tuesday night in street clothing at Tison's Coffee and Cocktail Bar in Hartford's West End. He didn't sing anything at Tison's, but he was available to talk to people about the show. And it was here that your Gay Spirit radio guy caught up with him. Tison's is a gay-friendly place every night of the week, but Tuesday night is gay night in particular there, and this past Tuesday the 30th was no exception. It certainly must have been the reason why Mark LaFleur of Hartford Stage arranged for Anthony Rapp to be there. I taped a quick interview with our star at the edge of the patio fronting on busy Farmington Avenue, which explains the crowd noise and sounds of traffic in the background. Anthony Rapp, the last time I saw you was just about 2 years ago at Connecticut Pride.
Yeah.
Saw your performance. let's see, it was a little while after you had released your solo album,
Right.
Look Around.
Yep.
And then as I remember, when Gay Pride finished up, you were back off to New York to finish filming a movie.
Yeah, it probably was around the time that I was finishing up work on A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact timing of everything, but that was that year. So
Yeah. And then your plate was full from that time afterwards, wasn't it?
yeah, I mean, it's always a little bit up and down. There's each project only lasts like 2 months or so, so I have some downtime in there too. But I did Henry V last summer in Boston, on the Boston Common, through Shakespeare in the Park, which was an amazing experience. I did a little film last year that was this wacky little movie where I play a singing real estate agent, and then I've been doing Hedwig for the past few months. So
Yeah. Now, how did you connect to do Hedwig? Were you in Pittsburgh for a while?
no, I live in New York. My ex was friends with the artistic director of Pittsburgh City Theater, but at the time when we weren't exes, when we were together, this was like 12 years ago or more.
Yeah.
We all used to hang out. Tracy, the artistic director, my ex Peter, and myself, and so Tracy and I have maintained some contact. My brother's a playwright. She's produced his plays, so I was out there to see his play, and she was mentioning that Hedwig might be on the docket for the next season, and I said, well, I'd like to do it. And then she called me to officially offer it to me.
Yeah.
And then it was a really big hit there. And then she had worked here at Hartford Stage. She was the associate artistic director here for a couple of years. Tracy Brigden was her name. And then they picked it up to do it for their summer season, and then we might go elsewhere after this. So
Yeah. So it was like all in the family then.
Yeah.
So, tell me, did you see John Cameron Mitchell do it at the Jane Street Theater?
yeah, I saw Hedwig at the Jane Street with John, and then I saw it with Michael Cerveris, and then I saw it with Matt McGrath. So, and maybe I might have seen John twice. I don't remember now because it was a while ago, but I loved the show. And I would, I thought it would be great to do it, but I didn't know what I would look like in drag because I had never really done drag before.
Yeah.
But then that all turned out really well, and it's just an amazing show.
Yeah. Well, listen, how long does it take you to get into the makeup and costume?
It
for
takes.
Hedwig?
I have to get to the theater at 6. The show goes up at 8, and with sound check, with makeup, with costume, with wig, warming up, stretching, everything. It's a full. The 2 hours are full.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sitting around twiddling my
Yeah.
thumbs right up to the moment I walk on stage.
Yeah.
So
Tell me, is it hot underneath those wigs?
it might be hot underneath the wig, but I'm not a huge sweater unless it's like 100 degrees out or something. So I don't have sweat pouring down my face. But it takes a lot of energy to do the show. So
Oh,
I burn a lot of calories doing the
Yeah,
show.
I'm sure. Involves a certain amount of dancing around the
Yeah,
stage,
little
too.
dancing around.
Yeah.
And I have these 5-inch platform heels. So
Well, you had to learn to walk in those
Yeah.
things properly.
yeah,
Huh?
which without looking like a truck driver tromping around and
At first, did you trip and fall down wearing them?
I didn't trip. No, I just looked awkward in them.
Yeah.
So I had to take a little practice to get so I could flow
Yeah.
and dance in them and spin in them and walk on stairs in them and all that kind of thing.
For you, what's the favorite part of the show? What's the number that you think that you really shine in? It is a wig in a box now, is it?
Well, the thing is now it's weird. I think of the show as all kind of one thing. It's not like it's because I don't stop from start to finish. So it feels in a way like one big number.
Yeah. You're on stage constantly.
Yeah,
then.
I mean I have no break. I have literally no break. So it's hard for me to isolate things. I mean, I really love all of it. I think every song is amazing. I mean, there's, and it also takes a great amount of energy and effort. So it's like I'm working really hard. So, I mean, when I listen to the music, my favorite songs are Wig in a Box and Wicked Little Town and Origin of Love. Those are probably my favorite songs. But I just think they're all amazing. They're all important. They all build the story.
Yeah.
And so it all is kind of like one big thing to me now.
Do you know about the origin of love?
To some extent, I mean, I actually worked with John Cameron Mitchell years ago when he was working on a little short play that dealt with the similar themes of Origin of Love, but it was two characters talking about Plato and his ideas of the, people being united and then separated, and so these are ideas and themes that he's been working with for a long time. And then he also started developing this character, and then they kind of blended all of it together.
Okay. So then you do understand the myth that was incorporated into Plato's Symposium that comes out there, and it is a remarkable contemporary reworking of that myth. Yeah. And I think it does apply more today than it ever did before, with the kind of sexual revolution that we've undergone in the past half century.
And identity. I mean, people think about identity in ways in the 21st and 20th century that they didn't think about back then, certainly.
That must be part of what audiences find fascinating about Hedwig.
I think so, but the interesting thing is that it so obviously transcends issues of sexuality or gender. It becomes something even bigger than that. I mean, it becomes something about people being complete with themselves, however they are, whoever they are, wherever they are. And at least that's something that I take from it. And it's about survival, and it's about perseverance, and it's about, sort of pride, and
it's also about a person's creativity.
Sure.
And people trying to steal that creative part of yourself.
Yes.
Expropriate it.
Yes.
But Hedwig gets it back.
Yes.
She gets it back in the end.
Yes.
Any plans after Hedwig?
I might be directing a friend in a workshop of a show that it's a one-man show that he's been writing for a while that I helped with before, but I might be doing that in the fall. I'm waiting to see if my schedule will be able to work that out. We might be taking this elsewhere, like I said, and
Hedwig goes on the road then.
Hopefully. And then I'm also always working on music stuff, and then I always never know what the next thing is. I mean, it's the life of an actor. So
you play musical instruments too?
I play a little bit of guitar and a little bit of piano, but when I write songs, I don't play well enough to really perform with those instruments in front of people, but I can sit down and sort of plunk them out myself and figure them out.
Yeah. We've been talking with singing actor Anthony Rapp about Hedwig and the Angry Inch. It's playing now at Hartford Stage, and then it goes on from there to the great wide world.
We hope so, yes.
Thanks for talking with me.
Thank you very much.
Will it be on 16th Street or in the park? Will it be in summertime or after dark? Where do you hang out these days? I look around. I think sometimes I see your face. I look around. Look around. When will we meet again? It's been such a long time. When will I see you, my friend? And will I still know you? Will you still know me? Look around. Last time you saw me, there was an argument. I said some things on that day I can't forget. Are you seeing someone new? I look around. So often I think of you. I look around. Look around. When will we meet again?
Look Around is the title track of Anthony Rapp's solo CD. He wrote it in collaboration with Joe Pisapia, who also produced 4 of its tracks. Joe plays guitar, too, on this particular track. Look Around really shows off Anthony Rapp's singing abilities better, I think, than the beat-driven hard rock tunes on this CD, and the song certainly evokes fond memories of a past lover whom you might run into again as you turn the corner of a city street. In the background is one of those electronic soundscapes of Michael Allen Snyder. This piece goes by the whimsical name of Oh What Tush We Tickle, and it's from Michael's latest compact disc release, Sender of Splendor. That track from Sender of Splendor is mentioned specifically in an article about Michael and his music making by Ted Glanzer that appeared in the July 24th issue of the West Hartford News. We learned in this article that Michael has recorded 11 CDs of all original musical material and chanted original poems. Michael is an openly gay artist and lifetime resident of the town of West Hartford. I think I have played at least 1 or 2 tracks from all of Michael's CDs over the years here on Gay Spirit. The 16th annual Provincetown Harbor Swim for Life and Paddler Flotilla takes place Saturday, September 6th. Last year it crossed the $1 million mark total. For 15 years. $140,000 was raised, the second highest amount, distributing your generous pledges, corporate matching funds, sponsorships, T-shirt sales, and donations to the AIDS support group of Cape Cod, Helping Our Women, Outer Cape Health Services, the Art Archives, and the Family Tree Project. The swim is sponsored by the Provincetown Community Compact, a 501c3 tax-exempt philanthropic and community-building organization established in 1993 to enhance the arts, environment, and social welfare of the community. Other projects include Tennis for Life, Art Archives, Provincetown HIV/AIDS Personal Histories Project, the Art Archives, and Seascape Dune Shack, a Provincetown retreat for art and healing. For the third year, Swim for Life welcomes paddlers, kayaks, canoes, rowboats to join the swimmers in raising pledges and leading the swimmers across the harbor. The weekend schedule of activities begins Friday, September 15th, with the Celebration of Life concert at 8 p.m. at the Universalist Meeting House. Then, on Saturday morning, September 6th, is registration for the swim at the Boat Slip at 9:30 a.m., followed at 11 a.m. by the actual Swim for Life, and at 1 p.m. is the Mermaid Brunch at the Bas-Relief Park, which also hosts a public welcome. For further information and to register to participate as a swimmer, paddler, or contributor, write Swim for Life, Post Office Box 819, Provincetown, Mass, zip 02657, or phone area code 508-487-1930, or email thecompact@attbi.com. Roots presents the Intergalactic Ball 2003. Roots is an HIV intervention program that empowers and educates gay, bisexual, and same-gender loving men of color, particularly those of African and Latino descent, through a series of methods and educational components. The Intergalactic Ball 2003 is a night of fashion, fun, food, prizes, and performances, but Please be advised, this event is not for kids. This event will be held on Saturday, August 23rd. The doors open at 8:30 p.m. at the historical Charter Oak Cultural Center, 21 Charter Oak Avenue in Hartford. Admission is $10 for the all-night event. Reserve a table for $40. For more information, call David at area code 860-951-4833, extension 313, or call the Roots 24-hour message line at 1-800-551-4237. Well, that does it for Gay Spirit for this Thursday evening. Be back with us every Thursday night from 8:30 to 9 p.m. for more information and entertainment for Greater Hartford's lesbian and gay community. This is Keith Brown wishing you a real gay week and good night for Gay Spirit.